be cautious with your commitments. If say you are going to do something, you have to do it, right? So it's, what is it now? It's Thursday, coming up to lunchtime. Most of us have got like a kind of half day left to go. If I say to you, yeah, I'll get that to you before the bank holiday, and I don't do it, I've created a say-do gap. Okay. So even as I go through my work, like today, I'm trying to close things out. I'm saying, not even I'll get this year's stuff to you by Monday morning, but like, close the play Tuesday, because I'm starting to think about the working days I've got. Now, what an accountable person does is if they make that commitment to someone, right, and they know it's like, or they've kind of like failed to plan adequately and it's a bank holiday, they still deliver on it, or they adjust the commitment accordingly. Okay. So generally speaking, I don't put deadlines on myself before a Friday, but I will put them on a Monday morning. And I'll say something like, right, that'll be with you. That proposal will be in your inbox by 9 a.m. on Monday morning, which means if my Friday goes to pot, then I've got time to work on it over the weekend. And that's the balance that I think senior people have. They have high levels of autonomy, but that is got to be matched with high levels of responsibility. And I'll talk about that later. You can't afford to forget what you've committed to do ever, right? Ever. Okay. If I said to Bob, yeah, right, mate, I'll turn up at this webinar and sort of be here 10 minutes before, and I'm here 3 minutes before, there's a say do gap there. And he's going to be nervous. And I wouldn't want that to happen for obvious reasons. Okay. So get organized, write things down, create checklists. The nine-liner is a really good example of a checklist. A guy called Atul Gawande wrote a book called The Checklist Manifesto, and he talks about how difficult it is to store stuff in your head, right? So write stuff down. Again, when I was leading Marines, all of the Marines I led, I would say, my expectation is that you have a notepad and a pencil or a pen with you at all times. Because if I'm going to ask you to do something, I need to see you writing it down because I just know it won't get done unless you're writing these things down. So that became almost part of the culture of the teams that I ran. And I think lastly, companies don't have accountability problems. They have leaders who don't hold people to account. And that's sometimes down to the fact they don't know how to do that, which is a skill. I can teach people that. Okay. Um, but that's kind of the sort of problem that generally tends to exist. And this is an example of that kind of nine-liner there. It's a checklist, all right? Look broadly at how people kind of perform at a high level and you will find some of this stuff there.